Welcome back. It is Dream Team time. So for the first Wednesday of every month, from 7 to 7:30, we're going to have a dream special. Myself, Kate Conway, and someone that knows a lot more about this than you or I.
Send us your dreams to get interpreted.
metime@bbc.co.uk is the email. Tonight, Ian Wallace is with us. We'll come to him after this.
Oh my goodness. The only thing stopping me getting completely lost in that song is the fact that Ian Wallace is here. That was George Michael, father figure, unreal. Ian Wallace is a psychologist and dream expert. Welcome to the show, Ian.
Thank you, Kate. How are you? And how are you, Vinny?
Ian, we're both very overexcited, as are a lot of people who have sent in dreams. You must get tortured.
I absolutely love it, Kate. I'm absolutely fascinated by dreams and the dreaming process and everything that lies beyond that. So, yeah, it's never a struggle to work with somebody's dreams.
I'm glad to hear that because we've plenty to ask you.
Can I ask, before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, Ian, do you analyse your own dreams a lot then? Do you sit and think, gosh, why was I thinking about that? Why was I dreaming that last night?
Yeah, I do, Vinny, and it's a very good thing to do if you have the luxury of a little bit of time in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I indulge myself and lie there for about 5 or 10 minutes and just play back my dreams and explore what I was creating in the dreams. Because we always have to remember the dream doesn't happen to us. We actually happen to the dream, and we create everything that we experience in it as a message to ourselves. Yeah, so I do that every morning.
So people that think, I don't really dream that often, or I haven't had a dream in weeks, that's not the case. You're saying you dream every night. You just maybe don't remember.
Yeah. That's absolutely right, Vinny. So everyone dreams. We dream typically for maybe around 5 episodes per night. So we sleep in 90-minute cycles. So in each one of those, we have a dream episode, which is the last stage of that particular sleep cycle. At the start of the night, the dream episode is usually maybe 10-15 minutes. But by morning, it's up to about 40 to 45 minutes. So on average, a person will spend about 2 hours per night dreaming. So we spend 1/12 of our lives dreaming.
Oh, wow. Why are some dreams like so vivid? And quite often I'll have a dream that sort of stays with me throughout the day, but it's not every dream. It'll be maybe just sort of like every couple of months or something. I have one that like I just can't stop thinking about all day. Why are some like that?
The fundamental reason that we dream, Kate, the fundamental process of dreaming is to process our emotions. So it's not like we're some kind of psychic receiver tuning into the ether in some kind of woo-woo crystal holding sort of way. The function of dreaming is to process emotions. So if you are been experiencing some intense emotions in your waking life, or you feel that you're about to experience them, then your dreams kind of go into overdrive, Kate, as you process them more powerfully.
Okay. Well, let's get stuck into the messages that people have been sending. metime@bbc.co.uk is the email, or drop us a text. Emma says she's got a recurring dream where someone is breaking into her house from the roof, which seems bizarre.
Yeah, so the way we work with dreams, as you know, is to not do all the woo-woo stuff, but just to think, what do these images in the dreams actually mean? And what is that significance in waking life? So what a roof symbolizes, the number one dream symbol is the house. Because houses have got insides and outsides, and so have we. And all the different parts of the house represent different parts of herself. So what the roof symbolizes is Emma's ability to keep her sense of identity safe and secure so she can continue to explore the aspects of her inner life. So there's something in her waking life where she feels that she may have to show up in a particular way to a social group or at work or wherever that is not really her. It's not how she feels her true identity is. And because she feels that the house is being broken into, then that idea of breaking or being burgled is that it suggests that maybe she undervalues her own talents in waking life, and she needs to be a bit more open about them. But she also might need to be a bit more private and set some boundaries, so she's not being open to the intrusive needs of other people. So the dream is all about keeping her own identity safe and secure, and not always pandering to what other people might want from her.
Very good, very good.
Good answer for Emma. Now I have a lovely text in from Brian in Dungannon. He said, would you please ask your dream expert the meaning of pulling lumps of gum out of my mouth and from my teeth? This dream has happened many times.
Yeah, this is the 54th most common dream that people have. and again, the way that we work with dreams is working with the imagery. So your mouth is how you express yourself. And when you feel that you've got something stuck in your mouth, and it's usually something like gum or sometimes like things like treacle or custard, it's some kind of sticky, thick liquid, something viscous, then when you're trying to pull that out, there's something in your waking life where Brian is trying to speak up and say something of significance that might be uncomfortable for other people to hear. And he feels that he's always chewing it over and he's thinking about it and he's kind of masticating on it and thinking what to do with it. But sometimes, and again, just working with the imagery, sometimes he just needs to spit that out. And if it is like chewing gum, he needs to stop sugar coating things and just really speak up and say what he feels. And as soon as he does that, then he'll be able to speak more clearly and that dream will start to fade away.
Isn't that fascinating?
That was helpful for you, Brian. Remember, you can send your text to 81771 or 030 30 80 55 55.
Indeed. Stay there for us if you can, Ian. We're going to play a song and come back. So that email as well, if you'd like to get in touch, metime@bbc.co.uk. It's Vinny and Kate with you until 7:30 tonight. We have our dream special with the dream psychologist Ian Wallace, who is with us. If you want to get in touch, then please do drop us an email, metime@bbc.co.uk. We are here until 7:30. Then you've got Blast until 8 o'clock tonight. And then, of course, you have Ralph until 10 and then Eve until midnight. And tomorrow, just to give you a little insight here, it is Connor Phillips's it's his birthday. Not his birthday, but the show's birthday.
It's 3.
Yes, 3 years old tomorrow.
3 years old.
So they've got a special programme planned, so do tune in for that. Ian Wallace is back with us. Ian, hello to you again.
Hello again.
Good. Fire away.
So we have a message in from Karen who says she often dreams that she's getting back together with her ex-husband who is not her favourite person.
This is the 15th most common dream. We said at the start of our conversation here that the dream doesn't happen to us. We happen to the dream and we create everything in the dream, everything we experience, including all the people. And when we create a personal dream, what we're actually doing is using them to symbolise a quality that we associate with them. So it may have been that our ex-husband was mean, he may have been uncommunicative, it could have been a whole lot of things. But there's something in Karen's waking life where she's creating this dream kind of as a warning to herself not to repeat past relationship patterns with her current romantic partner and to let go of any of those qualities that she associated with her husband. And the action from this dream, because a dream is always just a dream until you put it into action, is it's suggesting to Karen that she needs to become more aware of what qualities she finds most attractive in other people, and even more importantly, what qualities she finds attractive in herself. Because the more aware of you are of your own attractive qualities, the more likely you are to attract the sort of people you really want to have in your life into your life.
Hope that helps, Karen. Ian, here's a voice note for you.
The mad dream is, just so you know it, I lived in a big old stone farmhouse, big massive rooms, and you never really went into mum and dad's bedroom, and they had a big, sort of 4-poster bed that sat off the ground. And yeah, as kids you're sort of always quite scared of being sort of upstairs and that on your own. And I used to have this perpetual dream of we couldn't find mum and dad, and then one by one my sisters would go into the room to try and find them, and I'd be standing sort of looking at the door, and as they bent over the bed to look underneath, don't know why you'd be looking underneath the bed to find your parents, something would just grab out and grab the person and pull them in, and I'd be freaking out. And then this just kept repeating until, of course, I was the only one left and would still go in and do the same thing. Why would I even go in and do that? I was sucked under the bed. End of dream. What is that about?
That freaks me out, Ian. What's your answer to that?
Yeah, that's a fabulous dream. So when you go searching for your mum and dad, you go searching for the qualities you associate with them. But as a younger person, or even when you get a bit more mature, you use your parents to symbolise qualities of maturities like wisdom, kindness, love, the ability to look after, and realise that you have to start doing that in your waking life. So that whole part of the lady's dream is just finding that wisdom and maturity and experience and love and kindness in herself. And the thing under the bed is we said that the house symbolises the self, and the bedroom is where you're most at home with yourself. And the thing under the bed are the things that scare you about yourself. And it might be really small things. It might be sometimes you might get a little bit anxious in social situations, or you're a bit worried that there's something that is you're being far too self-critical. So this dream is all about just realizing that we all mature, we all become wiser and more loving and more kind, and to actually accept any self flaws that you may think you have that are not really flaws at all, but they're just unique characteristics.
Very interesting. That was Amanda. I hope that's helped you, Amanda. Can I ask you about mine? I dream about my lovely hair quite a lot. And I have quite long hair, and I quite often it's been cut off. Either I've gone to a hairdresser and asked them to cut it off, or somebody else has cut it off, or something has happened where I've lost a lot of it or whatever. What's that mean?
Yeah, I wish I had your lovely hair, Kate,
Thank you.
because I rock the opposite kind of hairstyle. Again, just thinking about where does your hair come from? It comes out of your head. And for that reason, your hair symbolizes your thoughts. So you have these lovely, long, luxurious thoughts. You have all these ideas and plans, all these things sprouting out of your mind. And sometimes you feel that you have to cut those things off. You have to truncate plans and projects you might have. You might have to stop in the middle of things because you've got to attend to other people. So the action from this dream, Kate, is let your ideas flow and style your ideas. Just realize that these ideas are really, really natural. So rather than letting other people cut off your ideas and shave you down a bit, just go with your ideas and see what comes from them as you grow them.
Do you know if that's bad news for you, Vinny, or
It's all good. Jared in Ballykelly says, I have a reoccurring dream in which I am somewhere I know really well, but all of a sudden everything is different and I am lost. But in a short time, I know I am dreaming and know things will work out okay. Another reoccurring dream there, Ian, from Jared.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one from Jared, just in terms of the phenomenon there. So what the dream symbolises in waking life, that Jared is he's in a familiar situation in waking life, but every now and again something surprising will come up, and it's usually not a bad surprise, it's an opportunity that he has the chance to step into and make something of. So that's the part of the dream, is that rather than just dismissing things and dismissing new opportunities, Jared should maybe explore those a bit and explore unusual things. The part where he becomes aware that he's dreaming is really powerful. It's known as lucid dreaming, that you become aware that you're dreaming. And when you're in that phase, in that state, you can actually influence the content of your dreams and actually choose where you might want to go or what you might want to have appear in it. And the reason that's really powerful for your brain is it carries over into waking life, because it helps Jared and all of us realize that we always have more power than we think we do, and we always have more choices than we think we do.
Very interesting.
There's quite a few. We're not going to get through them all tonight, so apologies if you sent one in. Very briefly, if you can do this one, Ian. I'm not going to go into the detail of this, but it's about someone that has a reoccurring dream about being injured in certain areas, and it's the same injuries every time on their body. What might that mean?
When we dream about injuries to our body, it's like Amanda's dream about feeling a little bit flawed, about, there's something, we're not perfect. And wherever the injury is will give a clue to the action in waking life. So, for example, hands are all about power and control. Your legs are about the steps you take to make something happen in waking life. So that's what the dreamer should concentrate on there to understand the actions they might take.
One here from someone they haven't put their name on. I dreamt I went to a pet shop in a certain town and released all the pets.
Yeah, that's a fabulous dream. When we dream of animals, another name for them is creatures, and that word is very close to creativity. It comes from the same Latin root, creare. So with that, when you go to a pet shop, anything to do with pets and animals is about your creativity. And it doesn't mean things like oil painting or site-specific sculptures. It means your ability to problem solve or come up with something new. So in that dream, when they released all their pets, they are in a situation in waking life where they need to release their creativity a bit. They need to use their problem-solving skills to do that.
We're going to try and squeeze in one more before we finish up. This one says, I have a dream about being in a car outside my granny's old house. I watch young people as they go in their uniforms. What does it mean?
When we dream about a car, we're dreaming about our drive and ambition in waking life. When we dream about our granny's old house, we're dreaming about our wiser identity that's emerging for us. So we're thinking about how we can use some emerging wisdom to help us with our drive and ambition. And that ties in with the young people in their school uniform, because it suggests there's a new skill to be learned, or there's some lesson to be learned to enable us to engage with that drive and ambition.
It's incredible. Ian, I could literally talk to you all night, but we're out of time. Ian Wallace, our dream psychologist, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. It was really fascinating.
Thank you, Vinny and Kate. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really loved it.
The wonderful Ian Wallace there. Ian's going to come back on the next Wednesday of
First Wednesday
June.
of June,
Yes,
yes.
so the first Wednesday of June.